and get rid of some guys. You can't keep running it back. Like, that's my biggest thing. Last year,
Revenge tour 87.
like
At this
we
point, how many
you
revenge tours can there be?
you can't just keep running it back like with the same guys and thinking that something's gonna change. Yeah, you gotta like the fan base is gonna be hurt, right? But you're running a team how you need to run a team. You can't coach and you can't be a GM with sentimental value to some guys. If I'm thinking about it right now, there's guys like Kyle Juszczyk. I would try to get rid of him, try to get off that contract. Debo contract is a hard one. You have guys like George Kittle's contract that you have to think about. Guys like Arik Armstead. A lot of money going to some guys. And it's like, are we getting what they're worth? No, you keep restructuring our Armstead, so you can't really get rid of him. So it's like looking at it, it's like, do these players have value now? Because you're not gonna yes, they're great players. But at the end of the day, you have to get younger, you have to get better if you want to keep your window open. Because they have not gotten better every year. They've been the same team. The only thing they've changed is the quarterback position. Like, they have not gotten, if you look at their roster, right, from last year to this year, what position did they get better at? Ayuk's, in my opinion, is the same player he was last year. He just got more targets down the field. Debo, same guy as last year, because last year he was exactly what I said. Don't extend him, trade him. I said after that big year, trade him. What is he? He has not been super
You were ahead of the
productive.
curve with that one. You were ahead of the curve with that one.
He's not. It's those kind of players are great for a year or two, and then they start going downhill because their bodies fail them. Looking at Kyle Juszczyk, fullbacks are not used that often, yet we have a high paid fullback. Why not let's use some of that money and get a right tackle for crying out loud? Defensive tackle they brought in during the offseason when they signed him. I said, this defensive tackle is a good pass rusher. He could get after the quarterback, but our run defense is going to take a huge hit. Not the greatest signing. What happened? Our run defense took a fat hit. Fat hit. So for me, I'm looking at everything. I'm like, we didn't get better this year. We kept the same dudes, brought in a few new guys, and said, "Hey, let's run it back." Don't run it back this year. If you have to get rid of some dudes, get rid of them without the sentimental value. It's okay to get rid of them. It's okay. I promise you, it's okay. Get rid of them and let's move forward.
I don't know. I there's a comment in here, but I'm gonna save it for a different topic because I want to stay on what you're saying. So really quick, 49ers throwback says that Debo can go, Marco, and then quarterback position is the only position that got better, which ironically is the position that Steve Wilkes specialized in, and the guys that
But even
that
then,
he
it's
just
not.
let go.
Even then, I wouldn't even say cornerback got better because it's the same players. It's Charvarius Ward was a good corner. He just had a career year. He just had the best. He was a good corner last year. Demo was really good last year. They just had career years. I wouldn't necessarily wouldn't necessarily say they got better at that position in terms of a player. Those players just had career years.
I would like to ask you kind of like the highlight of the show question is, and I am interested. We'll talk about Steve Wilkes in a minute, but do you think that they should, one, make an attempt to re-sign Ayuk, and two, do you think that they should look towards trading Debo? Even though obviously, I don't know if you have dove a lot into their contract situations. A big reason I think this is even a debate is right now, if they were to trade or cut Ayuk, there's no, not cut, you would trade him. But if you were to trade Ayuk, there's no salary cap detriment, where Debo Samuel, I think, is owed like 25 million if you cut him before June 1st or something, right? Bless you.
Thank you.
But
So
yeah,
looking
go
at
ahead.
I pulled up Debo's contract. So if he's cut before June 1st or released, Niners eat 26 million, they save 2 million. If he's traded before then, they eat 21 and save 7. If anything after, so if they release him after, they eat 11 million this year, 15 million next year, but they save 17. If they trade him after 6-1, they only eat a 6.6 million dead cap, and they this year 15 next year and 21. They save 21 this year in cap space. Now, so his contract is pretty much he's going to be on the team this year because of the cap hits. Like you're not really going to eat that much cap. Into it's kind of hard when you're in a cap situation. Next year is when everything gets a little bit looser. Where post 6-1, if they were to release him in 2025, it was only 6 million. They saved 17 million. So like there's bigger cap savings next year because it out is in 2025. Um, but it's like that